Hey, welcome back. In this video, we are going to just go over the tracking tab. Inside the CallRail tracking tab, this is where you can create and manage all your different tracking numbers. You can even set up where you're blocking certain numbers that come in, or if you make sure that you never call out. This is where you'll create your call flows. And that's pretty much it. There are other tabs, like you can see keypad scoring. You'll never use that as a real estate investor. There's the thing here where you can create forms, like online forms. Again, as an investor, you'll probably never touch that. Same with chat. They do have a chat feature, which is additional cost, where you can add almost like a chat box on your website, so someone can chat and you can chat them back from within here. It's pretty cool. But again, I would say only really play with that if you get a lot of traffic to your website, maybe on the daily, and people spark conversation. We don't really use that for our clients. We like to use like messenger bots or ManyChat or a few other. I don't know. There's better chat boxes or bots out there. It's not a bot; it's just a chat box from CallRail. But if you want to check it out, go for it. They have a lot of information about that as well, but we're not going to go over that today. Just kind of show you some of the basics. This is where like I said, you'll keep track of all your tracking numbers right here. You can easily see, view the calls. Click on this button, just see pretty much the KPIs for that specific number. Of course, you can edit your phone number from within here, create change a different name, change a different tracking number. You can even, change where the calls are forwarded to, whether you want to be to a specific number or a call flow. We prefer call flows and highly recommend setting up a call flow. But just to go through it real quick, this is how you go. Just hit create a number. If you're going to use it online, like a website, ads, you can get real technical with it by going this route. As for us real estate investors and realtors, we probably won't really go this route. It can get a little technical, and again, I would recommend it if you're heavy in the digital space, and and you're able to get homeowners to call that number through a website or different landing pages or like Google My Business or emails. But the way to do this is it can get a little technical, and it's more of tracking code, and it can, and what it do is help if you use Google Ads or Google Analytics. The easiest and quickest route is just to go with creating an offline number, and then you just kind of give it a name, and then you put your phone number here. Of course, and right there. So based off the phone number you put here, forward calls to. Oh, no, it won't let me go forward. Let's try again. All right, let's try again, guys. Based off the number you put in the forward box to, it'll automatically pull that area code. You can even get a toll-free number if you like. If that's not the area code you want, then you can go here and kind of just type in an area code, and it'll give you those options. It'll give you more options in that area code as well. Depending on your CallRail account, the basic account, I believe allows you to up to 10 numbers. And if you want more numbers, I believe it's $2.50 or $3 per extra phone number. But if you get the basic plan, highly doubt you're going to go over. It's you can easily recycle numbers. So let's say you did a mailer campaign to foreclosures over 3 months ago, and obviously the last month and a half you've got zero call traffic from it. Well, you can easily just use that number for a new campaign, and so you don't have to keep getting more and more numbers and have stagnant numbers that aren't being used. Over here in the tab, if you click on block numbers, this is where you can put in phone numbers if you don't want people calling you. So if you have some bad eggs who are calling you or harassing you a lot, you can easily put them in here, so that way they can never call you. Or vice versa, if you want to make sure that someone on your team never calls a specific phone number, you can add them in here as well. Then down here, there's some settings which will help, I would say, filter incoming calls, right? So it will always have calls that can be from inactive numbers, robocallers, telemarketers, Canadian area codes, toll-free numbers. You do get them with CallRail somehow. you can get those spammers or robocallers because you are using an active phone number. So I'll just take a screenshot. These are kind of just good basic settings to have right here. Take a screenshot or take note of that. And then my favorite part, the call flows. This is where you can make some really cool call flows when people call in. Like here's one, it's just direct to voicemail. So if they call a number, my phone, you can go straight to a voicemail. It won't even ring anybody's phone number. Or you can set it up to, of course, where they call in. It can ring your phone number for 10 seconds, 15 seconds, 20 seconds, and then it can go to a voicemail. You can have it set up to where people call in, or I'll just give you, actually, I'll just go ahead and show you. Let's check it out here. So, of course, in the call flow, you can have it set to where it's recorded calls, which I highly recommend. If they call in, you can even have it, there's a menu, like a greeting. It says, thanks for calling. So-and-so, this call may be recorded. And of course it can go to like, and then it can dial your phone number, or you can have it round robin. Like I said in a previous video, if you have maybe multiple lead managers, it can call one lead manager. If they don't answer, it'll then dial the next lead manager if they don't answer. And then of course it just goes round and around. You can have it set up for a menu. To where it says, press 1 for sales, press 2. How we have it set up is, right when they call in, say, thanks for calling. We buy houses. If you want to talk, if you're interested in selling your home for cash, please press 1 to get a hold of sales. If you'd like to be removed from our list, please press 2. That's our kind of go-to call flow. Is that right there? You can have it scheduled. You can change different times and days. So let's say if you have work hours between 8 to 5, that's when we want to take calls. It'll ring your phone and do a typical call flow. If they call before 8 or after 5, it'll go straight to voicemail. Then I definitely recommend tagging people. And of course, then you can set up a voicemail, or you can have it where it just goes straight to hanging up on them. But let me show you our favorite call flow. This is what we use for everybody. Actually, I'll just go ahead and set up and show you. This is our go-to call flow for ourselves and our clients and a lot of investors. We'll go record calls, and we'll go to a menu. And like I said, we'll have ourselves or someone record the menu and say, hey, thanks for calling. John buys houses in San Diego. If you recently received a mailer, text, or voicemail, that means we're actively buying in your neighborhood. If you're interested in possibly selling for cash, please press 1 to get in touch with one of our sales reps. If they press 1, it will have it tagged. What I'll do is I'll create that as use the tag potential lead, and then it'll dial. Oops. Then what I'll do is it'll dial the phone number. And what we have it set it up, I usually like 10 seconds. More than 10 seconds, that's just too long, and nobody has patience for that. And then if they do not answer, then I'll set up another tag where it's, you can have it call back, or you can put missed call, however you like your tags. And of course, and then go to your voicemail. By default, CallRail does give you, you can type in a message and they have a robot that will play the message for you. I don't recommend that at all. It just sounds too corporate. Doesn't sound like you care. And how can you share your personality if they can't hear your voice? So I highly recommend recording all that. So if we go back to our menu, again, when I said if they press 2, in the menu message, you said, hey, if you recently received this, any of our campaigns and you would like to be taken off our list, please press 2. What I like about this call flow and why it's so great, this allows you to filter out the rude homeowners, the homeowners who just want to call and gripe, the homeowners that are going to tell you, don't call me and don't bug me again. That's just a complete time killer, is by dealing with calls like that. Because guess what? When you do, texting or ringless voicemail campaigns and sometimes mailer campaigns to like liens or foreclosures, majority of your calls are people who don't want you to bug them. By setting up this call flow, allows you to not have to answer the phone, and allows them to get what they want without talking to you and without wasting time. Because of that, once, and I'll show you real quick. So if they hit 2, then what it is, it's going to be tagged. It's going to be tagged DNC. And then what I'll do is I'll have a greeting. And in that greeting, I'll kind of say, you have been taken off our list. We apologize for the inconvenience. Have a nice day. Goodbye. Definitely record it. Don't let it be a robocaller. And then, of course, you then put hang up. So once that greeting plays, it goes ahead and hangs up. And because you have a tag here with the press 2 to be taken off your list, they're tagged with that do not call. When you go back to your call log, you're then able to filter by hitting, all right, show me all the calls with the tag DNC. It'll pull up. You can then hit the export button, export that. That's your do not call list, add it to your master do not call list spreadsheet. So then, whatever software tool you use for texting, ringless voicemails, or sending, a list off to the print shop for mailers, you can add and upload your do not call list so that you make sure that you never touch those people again. You definitely want to do that for legal reasons, because if they ask to be taken off your list and you call them again or text them or hit them with another mailer, they can take legal actions and will most likely win. So that's why it's such an awesome tool, just having a basic call flow like this. Of course, like I said, you can get really creative with the call flows with work hours, round robin, and multiple users as well. So that is pretty much it in this video. In the next one, I'll just go over, we'll kind of wrap it up. We'll go over just basic settings, and then also kind of go over a cool feature that they have, the lead center.